Welcome to Behind the Research, a University of Turku video series where we cover research, master and PhD programs, and the people behind them. In today's video, we will cover future studies.
Hello, University of Turku. Today we're going to have a sit-down with PhD researcher Samira.
Yaouti.
She specializes in studying the effects of widespread English in Finland and how it affects the Finnish language. What is the official name of your research?
It's a future analysis of multilingualism in Finnish higher institution, higher education institutions. Yeah.
And what do you study here at the University of Turku?
Currently, I study futures studies. My background comes from language studies and linguistics. I have my bachelor in English literature and languages, and my master was on teaching English as a foreign language. So this led me into futures studies, which was I used a method of futures studies in my thesis. I self-studied it at my master's, and I got really interested into this field of study, futures studies. There were some options in Australia, in US.
But expensive over there.
Yeah, but the most interesting one was the one that is in University of Turku. Finland Futures Research Center. They offer PhD and also Master of Futures Studies. Yeah, that was the reason that I actually moved into Finland. The center was the main reason for me. We can see many dimensions that why Finland was my choice. The nature was the peace, the quiet.
Yeah, it's so beautiful out. Springtime is coming, there's trees everywhere, everything's turning green.
Exactly, yeah, true. Yeah, everything goes smoothly, very well, without interruptions. When you send an email, you can be 100% sure that you will get an answer. When you go to you have an administration thing to do, you can be 100% sure that your thing gets done. So this is one of the really good things about Finland.
So services are reliable over here.
Exactly, yeah, true.
Yes. And before Finland, tell me a little bit about yourself. Where did you come from? How was life for you over there?
Well, originally I am from Iran. I lived my whole life there before moving to Finland. My hometown was Shiraz. If you know Persepolis, it's a monument, archaeological monument there, which is very, very famous. So when we say Persepolis, people usually know where do we mean. And when people ask me, what's your hometown? I just say, do you know Persepolis? I'm from there.
No, it's a pretty name. Sounds like mythological.
Oh, yeah.
Yes, you said it was an invitation or where people from other cultures would come to Persepolis?
Oh, yeah.
Can you tell me about that?
Sure. It dates back to 6th century. Darius the Great from Achaemenid dynasty built the place to welcome people from other countries, other nations, and celebrate Nowruz, the festival. Every year they held this festival, which was for Nowruz, which is the celebration of New Year. They invited every the leaders of other countries there, and they celebrated the New Year together with the spring. So, yeah.
What do you do for that New Year celebration?
Well, Persian and Iranian customs are really special to our country. We have haftin, which we have a table, and we put a 7S thing on the table. each one of them represents something for happiness, something for long lives, and something for, I don't know, having a prosperous year. That's one of the things. Actually, we dance and we celebrate the year. We all go to each other's house, even though the previous day we have already met each other. But we go to each other's house to celebrate the new year.
It's a big family party.
Yes, true.
We do that
True.
in Mexico too.
Okay.
Yes.
Yeah.
Nice. So, what was your hometown like? What do you miss about home?
What I miss about home is, at the moment, it's really about my family. I haven't seen them personally for about a year and 4 months. It's too much. The sense of being around too many people. It doesn't happen here in Finland. But there, when you go to the street, go shopping, do your stuff, you're always surrounded by people. It's a different feeling.
Yes, everyone here is very spread out in Finland. There are even times you go to center and there's nobody here. It's empty.
Nobody.
It's one of the most populated cities in all of Finland.
Exactly. When I moved in here, I used to record video from everywhere around the town and send it to my family, my parents, my sisters. And the only question that everybody asked was, where are the people? Like, there is only one person jogging there. Where are other people?
They're hiding.
Yeah. It's not very populated country, and that's one of the good things actually about it somehow. Yeah.
Good. So you've been liking here so far?
Yeah, I like Finland and Turku especially for peace, quiet, and the nature, of course. I don't know if I've mentioned it or not, but wherever you go in Finland, you are surrounded by trees, parks, and this is one of the best thing about Finland, that they value nature.
Yeah.
Yeah. And the very good thing, especially about Turku city, is the river, which goes across the town, and
the Aura River.
Aura River,
Yes.
yeah. And it's special in every season. Even in winter, it's frozen, and you can walk on that. How fabulous that is!
Yeah,
Like,
walking on the river was
On the
my
river.
favorite part.
Yeah.
Me and my friends, we all went, took some pictures over.
It was really, it is really cool. And
Yeah.
and in summer, it's always lovely to just go sit there, go walk around the river, and have some barbecues or with your friends. So, yeah, this is one of the best thing about, especially about Turku city, that I love.
Yes. Are you gonna have a barbecue tomorrow? I know tomorrow is picnic day.
Yeah, it's picnic day. It's Vappu. Yeah. You have a blanket. You go with your friends. You have your snacks, your drinks, and you just go have fun and talk and chat. Yeah.
Sounds good.
Yeah.
I will have to call my people because I have not planned that yet. I need to
you
get on
should
that.
do that. I
Yeah.
hope that tomorrow is a warm day. It doesn't wind very much. Like, I think it was yesterday that it was yesterday or the day before that. That was really windy.
Yes, it was really windy and cold. And then today I was hot. I had to take off my jacket.
Yeah.
The weather this time of the year is very up and down in between seasons.
Yeah. This year when I speak with my friends, we say that we have to have a suitcase full with like umbrella, your jacket, your sunglasses, your caps, like everything has to, because you cannot foresee that what would happen during the day.
Yes. So one last question about Finland before we get into a little bit more about your research. What does Finland have that you wish your home country had?
Peace.
Oh, yes, big one, that one.
Peace. I really wish my country to have the same peace that we have here in Finland, for my people to experience such a peace there as well. I cannot just mention it more because I have experienced it, and it's really deep into my heart that what I love most about Finland is the peace and quiet that you feel. So you are not as stressed very much because you're not worried very much about everything. So
yeah, it's very worry-free life over here.
yes, true. Yeah.
Yes, I know everywhere where I lived before, over here in Finland, you see little kids just taking the bus on their own to go to school, to go anywhere.
Yeah.
Everywhere else I lived before, you cannot.
Yeah,
Not like that. These 7, 6, 5-year-olds going on a bus alone.
True, yeah.
It's crazy to me.
Yes, the kids go to school by themselves with buses, and you can see women running in the woods during the night, and it's totally safe. So it's a very good place to have a family and raise them. You satisfy with life, and you like quiet. So Finland is best for that.
Yes, everyone has a very similar standard of living now,
True,
would you say?
Yes, yeah.
Yeah.
Exactly, I do agree. And that's why what makes Finland the happiest country in the world for the 8th year. I think they have the standard of life at a good level that they are okay with what they have. So they are not always fighting for getting something new, buying a new house, buying a new car. It's not that. So you feel relaxed and you don't feel the rush very much. That you compare yourself to other families, other people, and they favor like biking and walking, and these stuff are not expensive.
Yes, and even just living here is not expensive. Don't worry too much about, oh, will I have food for next week?
Yeah, true.
I know a lot of people in USA sometimes, they spend too much money one day, and then the next week it's like, oh man, I gotta pay all this cost of living be really high. Gonna live off ramen noodles for the next few months, for the next few weeks. And over here that has not happened to me or anyone I know.
Yeah, because you set aside your the rent, and there's always something left for other stuff that you have to buy, like the essentials. So you don't feel that it's like you will have a shortage of money at the end of the month. If you,
Yeah, in some places it's either your rent or you eat good. Here.
True.
I believe everyone here it's relatively good in Finland.
True, they have a couple of brand stores that everybody buys the stuff from there. So there are not so many levels of different kinds of food that, for example, the less privileged people ought to buy like those cheapest stuff. It's not like that. Like many people are buying their groceries the same way as others do. So.
Yeah, and all the quality is good for the food.
Good. Yeah.
True. But going on, what got you to pick your research topic?
Oh, I talked about my background, so it's really easy to guess why. I was always thinking with myself, even when I wasn't really into futures studies, that what would happen, for example, for me as an English teacher, which I teach English as a foreign language. So how would be the prospect of future for this language in this country, in my country? So I was always thinking that how we can see the futures as multiple futures, that what happens with a language in a culture or in a country. So this led me into thinking about the future of English language in Iran. And also when I came here, I saw that the Nordic people have been, I think, in the last 10 years, in the top 10 fluent or professional English language speakers in the world. So they're really good at English language. So what one might ask, like, what would happen in the future? Do we have to like increase the usage of this language? Do we have to set some policies across? How do we sustain our own language, which is Finnish and Swedish, and also other endangered languages, in compare with English language that is getting so widespread across this country? So,
Taxi.
Kyllä. So yeah, that was my main research question and what I was thinking all the time, and this led me into finding a supervisor which is interested in social science. My supervisor is currently Marko Vilenius in Finland Futures Research Center. So I contacted him. He said the same thing, and he said, yeah, this is a very interesting topic. I've seen people around Helsinki a lot that they're speaking in English. For example, 10 years ago or 15 years ago, you didn't see people speaking in English so much in public, like in Helsinki or in Turku. But nowadays, you see people easily speaking in English language. So this is really interesting to see the future prospects of how this might go and how we can plan for the desired future that we have, or we can analyze the multiple futures that we might have and see how we can influence that to the direction that sustain other languages as well as English in the country or in the region. So currently I'm working in Finland with a background of Nordic countries research, mostly coming from policy documents, and also I'm going to have interviews with professionals in the field as well.
So that's a typical day in the office for you, researching the documents, the policies, and interviewing people?
Yes, true.
Yes. What kind of people do you interview yourself?
The kind of people that I interview are actually experts in linguistics, but I see into their background, into their publishings, articles and books to see if they are interested also in the future, and if they have said anything about that, so that they are familiar with the concept that I'm talking about, but mostly experts in linguistics.
Linguistics experts. And from here, from Turku, or do you also reach out to people from Helsinki?
Across Finland. Across Finland, yeah. There are very good expertise in University of Eastern Finland, and also in Jyväskylä University.
Are those more up north?
Yes, true. Yeah. And my second supervisor is actually a professor in English language and linguistics. Her name is Professor Elizabeth Peterson, and she has wrote a book on the future of English in Nordic countries. Yeah.
Exactly what you're looking for.
Yeah, exactly what I was looking for. Yeah. So, yeah, this interdisciplinary research is going with one supervisor from future studies and the other from linguistics, so that I can reach and have a conversation with these two people to work on the thesis.
So what is one of the first things you researched here?
One of the first thing was I ran a survey with language teachers, foreign language teachers across Europe. And again, the method of analysis was again causal layered analysis. What it came out of it was that, if I want to generalize it in a simple wording, was that language teachers, foreign language teachers, were very worried that the students at this age, at this era, care only about learning English language because it's a necessity to work with the internet, talk with internationals. So because learning another language is optional in many schools. So they pick English as their first choice, and they are not choosing other languages that are more popular as well, like Portuguese, like French, or like any other language. So they were really worried that maybe the students need to know more languages when they're learning it, because it changes how they see the world. So and it opens the window to other cultures and words.
So they're worried the students will only learn English, and that's gonna hinder them from learning other languages and understanding the world from different perspectives.
True, yeah, true. That was their main concern. And another thing they said was that they have a very specific curriculum that they have to follow when they are teaching a language. So they cannot go, for example, try other methods or different things. So they couldn't actually communicate with the students the way they want and teach them what they want through the ways they feel are appropriate. And there are many restrictions for language teachers, apparently, and they were worried about that. But in Finland, I think it's much more easier because teachers use their own curriculums. They choose their own curriculums. Yeah, it's totally different. That's one of the features of the education system here, that the teacher has the authority to choose what to teach and what should be included in the curriculum. But for example, in Spain, one of the language teachers was very worried that there are many students in one language class, and they cannot attend to each student separately and see their needs. They have to, for example, teach specific things in a specific time.
What methods do you use for your research?
The methods that I'm using are called causal layered analysis and also scenario planning. Causal layered analysis is about going from the surface of an issue, that what we see, to depth of an issue. There are 4 layers, and the other one is scenario planning, which we map alternative scenarios and map 4 different scenarios. So when we talk about future in futures studies, it's not just talking about one future. We map alternative futures that, for example, if something happened, what would happen after? Or if we look at this in the desired way of the future, what are we expecting? So these are 2 methods that I'm using.
So the second one is a lot of prediction theorems.
Yes, yeah. But there are rules that it's like mapping it, like there are rules to see each one of those in those prospects. So it's not like random, but you can see multiple futures through those lenses, and map actual scenarios.
And for the causal layer analysis, how do you peel back the layers? How does that work? What is peeling back the layer for you?
It's called causal layered analysis because it's, as I said, it's 4 layers. First one is the surface one. You just, what problems or issues are you seeing at the moment? The next layer, you go into more deeper into structural, cultural issues that have risen that issue. And the next one is worldview, like what everybody, or to put it in a very simple word, that what's happening in the world, or that caused that system issue, which was the upper one. And the deepest layer is called myth or metaphor layer, that goes deep into the culture or to the system or into the issue to see what myths are behind that issue. For example, in my culture, when we're talking about teachers, one myth that people use a lot is like teaching is the job of prophets. So it's very holy, it's sacred profession for somebody to have. So it's not just teaching, but it's mentoring. So that part is called myth and metaphor layer. So you go from the surface issue to the deepest level of the issue, and you analyze through all of those layers. It's called causal layered analysis.
Causal layer analysis. So you're doing your PhD, and that's more of the research side. Do you still have some classes, or how do classes look for a PhD student here at the University of Turku?
We have to pass, like it's compulsory to pass 40 credits for PhD students. There are a couple of mandatory courses, and also the ones that are optional. But it was, from 2 years ago, it was 60 credits, but recently it has been reduced to 40 credits. And you can take any courses that you like, aside from the mandatory ones.
Do you find it simple or hard to balance taking the credits while keeping up with your research?
No, it's really easy. It doesn't take your time very much. If you set your mind to, you can finish it even in 1 year, or for the courses that are like held 2 years. You can set like for 1 year and a half. You can finish all the, you can get all the credits and do all the courses. So it's not very hard at all. And also for me, I took Finnish classes as well, Finnish language classes that were very useful. And I really encourage people to actually take the Finnish language courses as well when they are doing their master or PhD, because it really helps them to get familiar with what's going around them.
So you do the Finnish courses from the university?
Yes, yeah.
I know, okay. Because there's also, I heard in Finland, there's also outside opportunities to learn Finnish. Like Finnish has their own like government schools, something like that,
yes,
if I'm
true.
correct?
Yes. There are some courses that when you come to Finland, and especially for those who don't have a job, or they come with family ties. For example, I'm here, my husband can go to those classes from the start that they are here and learn the language so that they can integrate better in the community. Yeah, those classes are held every day, but for the courses that are taken in the university, you can take them like usual courses. So there are 2 sessions each week for about 4 months. And you get 5 credits out of it.
Oh, 5 good amounts.
Yeah, really good. Yeah.
So now that you're learning Finnish and you already learned pretty well English and your native tongues, how many languages do you know, if you want to list them all out right now?
Well, I cannot say that I speak in all of them, because speaking a skill is totally different from understanding, listening, or reading. But the languages that I'm familiar with are French.
Oh, très bien.
French, Finnish, as we talked about, Arabic. My native language is Persian, English, and Korean.
Oh, 6. So that's 6.
Yes, true.
That's a lot.
Yeah, I'm interested in languages and cultures, and I really, when they say that each language opens the door to another culture, I have myself experienced it 100%. It's very true. You can get familiar with other cultures when you read or watch YouTube videos, but when you learn the language, you can actually see a little bit how they see the things, because words and phrases in every language is totally different. Your perspective changes. I can say that very, like one word is different in another culture, and the connotations that comes along with that. So, yeah.
So big paradigm shift in every language you speak. Kind of changes how you think, how you view the world.
True. And the one interesting thing that happens when you learn a new language is that you always compare something new that you learn in another culture. For example, words that are similar. Many, for example, perhonen in Finnish means butterfly.
Butterfly, perhonen.
Yeah, perhonen. And in Persian, it's parvone.
Parvone.
Yeah.
Perhonen, parvone.
It's very similar, yeah. And I really found these similarities very interesting. And I set my mind to write an article about that, but I haven't yet.
So would you like to eventually write a book about your findings?
I really love to do that, yes. Actually, along the languages that I know, I see many words coming from the same roots, and it's very interesting to look into that. Of course, there are many studies, but studies are also subjective. So it comes from your point of view, that how do you see it, and how have you felt it in different cultures. So that would be an interesting study to do as well.
And for other people who want to come here to the university and do research, or maybe do their master's, not yet PhD, what would you recommend they do when they first get here to get them on their feet so that they don't fall behind?
When they get here?
Mm-hmm.
First of all, you have to go out and get familiar with your surroundings and the environment. Mm-hmm. It's very important that you don't isolate yourself in your room for a long time. Especially the first month, because it's a whole new, different environment. Usually people tend to stay in their comfort zone to de-stress themselves a bit. But as much as you go outside and get familiar with the environment, it's you integrate into the society much easier, and you set your next goals much sooner. This is one of the things. And also go to the administrations, whatever you need, go to the banks. If you need to open an account, do it as soon as possible, because the bank credentials are really essential here to have.
Yeah. I know I had a big problem with that, taking a long time for the bank credentials.
Yeah.
And you need
there
them
are different processes here than the ones that other people have in their own country. They go to a bank, they open an account, and it's all done. But here you have to go to the police station to get your ID and then go to the bank. So all these are the first steps that when somebody comes in here, has to do.
You need your bank account for everything. You want any single online service, you need to get that bank account as soon as possible.
Yeah, it's very essential for you to have that credential, because whatever website you want to get in, you need that credential.
And what would you say was hard when you first moved here? What did you struggle with that you did not struggle with as much back home?
Struggles. Well, as we talked about, it was the bank account.
Oh, yes, bank account.
I was in the process for like 3 months to open my bank account. It took so long. So I had cash with me, and bring your credit cards here as well, because it's not very popular to use cash here, especially the big amounts like 500 or so.
Many places don't accept cash. Not even if you're gonna go eat school food, you can't pay with cash for the school food.
Yeah, exactly. You cannot pay with cash in the buses as well. You need to have your app or your card, so you cannot pay the bus to get on the bus actually. So another thing for me, which was hard, nothing actually was that hard. Like for students, it's easy to get a house to live in. There's a student village here in Turku University that actually is connected to the university, and you can apply before you move in here. So you have a place to stay, and this is a very good thing about coming in here. And also getting food at the grocery. The shops are all over the city, so nothing was much difficult for me when I got here, except for the bank issue.
So smooth transition to Finland.
Transition to Finland, especially because I spoke English, and everybody spoke English here.
Yes,
this is a really good thing. For example, other countries you don't have this benefit that everybody is speaking English and understand you. But here in Finland, everybody is so kind that when you speak in English, they respond in English as well. I know that not everybody is like that.
Yes.
Yeah. But in Finland, you won't experience much difficulties if you don't speak Finnish, at least for when you first move in here. So you can get your furniture, you can get your house, you can get your groceries. It's as long as you know English, it's easy.
What's your typical week here as a PhD student here at Turku?
Well, PhD students do lots of things, especially if you're not like positioned right from the start and you're not salaried. You have to apply for these grants. So one of your jobs is to apply for different grants from different foundations. Of course, doing the research and attending conferences, working on your thesis or your article. For example, I'm working on my second article. It's halfway, so my typical day is actually searching and writing mostly as a PhD student. Aside from those days that I'm applying for grants, I'm preparing the application forms.
And which university building do you like best for researching? Because I know the university has a lot of facilities and a lot of really cool libraries where you can do your work.
Publicum. Publicum is really nice. And also, I like not my office, our office here in the center in Turku School of Economics. So I'm mostly here and I don't go very much to other departments, which is not really good, but I really spend my time here in our center. We have a center, we have our own desks, so we can spend time with our colleagues and talk. So we socialize with each other. So mostly I stay here at Turku School of Economics.
Cool. If you guys don't know, that is where we are recording this video right now.
True.
All right. But before we finish off for today, I want to ask you, what place in Turku is your favorite place of all of Turku?
I think we talked about Aura River.
Aura River.
Aura River. Yeah, everybody loves it here. All the students love Aura River here. It's a very, for those who don't know, it's a very, very long river across, like exactly in the city center. And you can walk, you can cycle along the river, enjoy the weather, enjoy the view. Yeah, that's the best thing about Turku. There are many museums that you can go to. I think the first year that I was here, it was one of my hobbies to go to museums. I really love them.
There's a lot of museums everywhere around center. So if you come to Turku, you go around center and you just walk around, you're going to stumble upon a museum eventually. Well, thank you for being here with us today, Samira. We really like to hear from your experience. And do you think you're going to be here in Finland long term from your experience so far?
Yeah, I would really love to stay here, stay in academia, and integrate more into the society. I like many things here, so I try to stay. Of course, I think their citizenship rules are changing a bit, so apart from the language tests, we have to also take another test which is related to culture and rules here in Finland. And from 4 years, the citizenship has changed to 8 years. But still, I would try to apply for that and stay here.
Perfect. So, good thing you're sticking around, and thank you guys for watching today.
Thank you.
You have a good day, good night, and University of Turku out.
Bye-bye.
Bye.